All right, everyone. I will wait for everybody else to come back in here. My laptop died. I thought I had a little bit longer before it died. Generally, it tells me if it's below a certain percentage, and it gave me the first warning, right? But not a second warning. Hello, Amber. Sorry about that. Hopefully everyone else comes back in here too. I am very sorry that happened. Laptop just died, so we'll get right back to you. Hold on one second, Amber. Lauren, hi. Sorry about that, everyone. I am so sorry. The laptop just up and decided to pull a. I don't know. It just died. I couldn't think of a funny thing. Yes, I did. My laptop died, you guys. It's plugged into power now. Won't happen again. I'm sorry that happens because it makes it look like you guys pay, and then I'm just like, I'm out. I'm gone. Oof, don't like that. Do not like that. But I'm back here, and I still have you guys in the order, so don't worry. It's doing it again. I don't know. Is it still GD? Is it still doing it? Is anyone else experiencing freezing? Hey, Elizabeth, how are you doing? Is anyone else experiencing freezing or slow down with me right now? Because if so, I don't know what I can do about it, but awesome. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, we're good. I'm going to address. Okay, well, if you got good internet, Elizabeth, that's where it's all about. No, GD, it's not your computer. It was me. My laptop generally tells me there's going to be a solution for that in the future, GD. The Starlink satellites will give us some good internet in the future, even to people in rural areas. It's hard for me to say. All right, so Amber, first part of the question that you had, I'm saying you stick with, I don't know what else to call him other than performance issues guy, or let's call him, calling him pig, performance issues guy, that doesn't sound good either. So let's call him Stan, I guess. If you want to be with, I feel good with this person. I feel good with the one that's having those issues because it feels to me that this person is honest in their expression and they try to do their best. I feel like other people that you've been with, they don't see you for who you really are. And I feel like this seems to be a good relationship, but sometimes, Amber, we have viewed traumatic relationships, we viewed those as a way of people showing love. And so if a safe and stable or somewhat stable connection comes along, we can almost view it as boring because there's no drama. There can be very little drama, and we can view that as something that's boring. We can view that as like, well, they're not showing me love the way I'm used to, but it's because this person could be more secure. Yeah, Elizabeth, I'm still taking payments. You would be after, so yeah. Hopefully things have been going okay, Elizabeth. I know it's been a time for you, so I just want to know you're okay. Hold on one second. Hopefully you're still there, Amber. Maybe you're even typing right now and I'm just interrupting. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you so much. Okay, let me put this up here and then give it time, Amber, but I want you to do this right now. Can you describe okay, I'm going to say this right now, and this may sound like one of the weirdest things I've said. It's going to sound kind of strange, but I promise there's a reason for it. At least I hope so. No, I'm thinking there's a reason for it. So this other person, this Stan, right? How would you describe? Give me 3 words that would describe your connection with him if you weren't talking about the physical intimacy part. What would be the 3 words you would use to describe your connection with Stan? Because then from there, I can kind of understand a little bit more. Let me see something here too. You're good. You're good, Elizabeth. You're good. Take your time, okay? Okay. Okay, so you describe it as easy, comfortable, supportive. So I would say, Amber, this is what we would call a secure relationship. So even okay, let's have this be something here. Even if for some reason the relationship with Stan doesn't work out, you get to see what a more secure relationship looks like. You get to see what a supportive partner or person looks like. And I imagine being around this person, you're probably thinking, why did I try with these other people when it feels like it's easier with this person? So you can use that as a template for upcoming relationships too. That can be something. And so I do feel like it's going to work, but I'm just saying if for some reason the physical part, if that part doesn't work out, this to me seems like a very secure relationship because you're not having to deal with people that are like angry or upset all the time over you asking simple questions. You're not having to deal with people that don't see you for what's going on in your life at the moment. You're in a situation where things are just flowing. And that's how it should be in a relationship. Now there can be arguments, there can be upsets because that happens, but ultimately the flow that I'm talking about is going to be something where you don't really have to try. Like you're around each other and there's this sense of like if something were to happen, I feel like I'd be okay. I feel like I'd be okay if I was with this person. So that's the kind of connection that's a good one to have, obviously. So let's do the next question here. And then so I have Elizabeth here and I have GD and then I have Lauren and then I have Elizabeth. And so I'm going to address could I address your other question now, Amber? Because I feel like we answered that one. Okay, so let's see what we can come up with here. Let me grab my handy dandy notebook and let me see what we can find. That was a Blue's Clues reference, if you guys were wondering. Steve is always alive and well in my heart. Okay. All right, so let's see what we can find here. So I don't have your second question with me right at the moment. I do think it was something along the lines of, can I channel any information for acting? Let's see. Can I channel any information for acting or marketing ideas or something along those lines? I believe. One second here too, guys. And if you guys wouldn't mind liking and subscribing to this video, that'd be good too. I would appreciate it. Just got a message really quick here, so hold on. Okay, there we go. Thank you guys for the likes. Appreciate that. I can see on this laptops when you went on this laptops anyway. I would like any information regarding acting. I'm having a hard time with marketing. Do any names, connections, or photographers come up? Sorry, that's vague. Okay, so very first thing that came up for some reason was like either the name. I don't think there's going to be a photography studio named Onion Studios. Either Onion or Orion, when it comes to photography, seems to be something that I'm focusing on here. Onion or Orion. There's a V name coming up. I think it's like Vanessa, which is interesting. A Vanessa V name. I don't know what I'm saying there. So I'm just going to write these down. And like I said, either Onion or Orion, like it's a photography studio. But I don't think Onion, that would be a weird name for a photography studio. It'd be like if you renamed a car dealership Garlic. I mean, it just sounds weird, doesn't it? But Orion sounds like that could be something. So let me look at that real quick. I'm curious here. Okay, so something with an O would be what I would think, or what I can intuit here. But the O name is kind of coming up. I'm just writing these down here, seeing what I can. And then another studio or something along those lines. This is something I'm not very used to doing, so you'll have to give me a little, little bit of wiggle room here. But like, and this one's relating to food too in a little bit, but it's like Saute or Souffle Studios, right? But it's like something with an S that sounds almost like salt or like SA something. I got Saute and Souffle. It's not a weird question. It's just when it comes to getting specifics. And I appreciate you asking the questions. It's not like it's just not something I'm used to. But the only way I can get better at it is to do it, right? So we'll see what we can come up with. So let's do this here. So 2 O names, 2 S names, and then the name Vanessa coming up. So maybe Vanessa isn't the name of the studio. Maybe that's the name of a person that's running it, or a person that's in charge of part of it. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like it's something that's going to be, because I feel like if I'm having a hard time kind of getting the specifics, I feel like it might be something that can happen a little bit later on down the road, or it could be something that will show itself kind of when it's ready. Because right now I feel when I'm trying to connect to this, it feels like it's difficult for me to connect to. So let me keep thinking here. TV show names. First thing I was thinking, I think there was a TV show called Angel, wasn't there? I never watched that one, but I saw an angel holding a sword, and it was like cutting the ground. It was like hitting the ground with a lot of power. So maybe an angel, or like a spiritual. Again, I know I'm the spiritual guy, but maybe something with the name Angel in it. And I know you're in Los Angeles, and I know this is Angeles Chiron Tarot, so that may sound a bit biased, but I was seeing like a celestial being of some sort. There's a gnat right there. Celestial being of some sort, kind of coming down and using its abilities. So I feel like it could be possibly a higher up studio, or a higher name, maybe a higher echelon of studio, but it feels like, yeah, that's what I'm getting. It just feels like that. Marketing or TV show. Mm. Okay, and here's something that's really weird, but maybe it'll help. Something related to either like the name of a dog breed, or something like how you would name a dog, maybe like Rex or Spot, or Spot on Studios, or Spot something like that. I feel like could also be possibly in the cards. And as I'm talking, this part of my hand is starting to hurt, and so I'm feeling like it's going to take some time, but I feel like you'll find something. I do feel like you'll find something. Um, Maybe in like a month to a month and a half, possibly after. I'm feeling like it's after the holidays is when you would find something, because right now it seems like things are more congested. It seems like, I mean, that's what I'm feeling. You're in the industry, Amber, so you can tell me if that makes any sense, but that's what I'm feeling. Okay, so after the holidays. All right. It does feel like that's going to kind of be when it's going to start. It's not that there's nothing around you that seems good. I'm just getting something where it's like, do you see me as a supernatural character? I know I'm reaching. That could be it. I felt like the The angel that I saw had more of a, which this is funny to say, right? My tooth felt kind of weird there. The angel that I saw had more of a masculine quality, which last I checked, angels aren't male or female. But this one had more of a masculine quality to it. It doesn't mean that it couldn't be you. But it does feel like maybe there could be a role. There could be something where you're playing or you're in. Okay. Powerful is what I'm going to say. Powerful in some way. I feel like that could be possibly the next role. Something more powerful, something that at first you wouldn't be comfortable doing. But I feel like it's something you could rise to the challenge of. It's something that's going to be challenging, and I feel like it's going to be something good. So let me put it that way. So that way it makes a little more sense. And when you said supernatural character, I was thinking of the show Supernatural. Obviously that's my first thought, but that's off the air right now. So, and I don't think they're coming back for a while, but anyway, that's kind of something that I was seeing was, it does feel like it's going to be more, it was a celestial being, meaning it could be an angel, archangel. Basically all of them are different kinds of angels. You have like the seraphs, can't remember. One of them is like a class. Anyway, I'm just babbling at this point. So hopefully, Amber, that kind of gives you some insight. I do feel like it's going to be after the holidays, though. So I don't feel like it's going to be something that happens now. As I always say in my readings, it can happen a little bit after the fact, and it can happen a little bit before the fact. So it really depends on kind of what we're doing in our life and where we're going. But yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Okay, so hopefully, Amber, that does help answer the question. And I'm going to go to the next person here. So we have GD coming up. I do believe. Let me look at my notes again. You're very welcome, Amber. You're very, very welcome. It's not too strange. It's not too strange. I had a doctor that was asking me strange questions once, and after that experience, trust me, other questions seem mundane in comparison. I'll have to tell you guys the story. It was really weird, and it was a doctor, and it was really weird. Anyway, neither here nor there, right? So I'll tell you the story some other time. But okay, so GD, are you there? Yes, awesome. Okay. I don't know if you asked your questions yet. I'm really sorry if you typed them out before. But if you wouldn't mind typing them again, you can either do one question at a time, wait till an answer, or you can type all three at once and like post it at once if you want to do it that way. And I'll be right back. I'm just going to go to the bathroom real quick. Won't take me very long. And that gives you time to type your question. And then, yeah, we'll just do it that way. I'll be right back. And I will say this before I go. Anyone watching this right now that's live, no more questions. I'm not going to be taking any more questions. It's just going to be whoever's on my list, which is GD, Lauren, and Elizabeth. Okay. I'm not going to be taking any more questions. Anything from now on, if there is a donation, I'm just going to say thank you. And I'm not going to be doing any more readings. Okay. So please view it that way. I need to get off of here in a little bit. So yeah, I'm just letting you guys know. Okay. All right. I'll be back. Okay. All right. So okay. Perfect. No, that makes sense. So let's see what we can find here. Haha, on the lottery. Hey, if I can give you numbers, right? I'm telling you right now, I'd give myself the numbers too if I could do it. I've never been able to hit anything on the lottery. Hopefully you do, though. I mean, we'll see here. But can you give me any spirit messages? Should I take the vaccine? You're dreaming of numbers. That could be good. I mean, the numbers can be a really good thing. I never dream of numbers. Not that you're wondering about me in that way, but hold on. All right, so I'm going to do this first. I'm going to focus on spirit messages first. And hopefully it's okay, GD, that I connect with your psychic energy, or that I connect with your energy psychically. I can understand. It seems like it's super stressful for a lot of people lately. It just seems like it's kind of hard to get a start, right? Okay. You hope it's not too dark. You hope it's light. Generally, I'll say right now, the way my spirit guides work is sometimes they may talk about obstacles, but it's meant to show you the light at the end of the tunnel instead of to just show you the tunnel. So it's not about just seeing darkness. Hopefully they can help guide us through into seeing positive things too. So we'll see what we get here. Oh, your energy. Okay, don't worry. Don't worry, GD, about that. I've connected with a lot of people's energy. As long as you're okay with it, we should be fine. And I also just as a precaution, I also do sage. I do sage and smudge after, so don't worry about that. That's very kind of you to worry about that. But okay, all right. Let's see what we can do here and see what we can come up with. Okay. All right. Very first thing that I'm getting here is I'm getting the color yellow. So I'm going to change my pen and how I'm writing to a yellow pen. So the yellow here is representing the solar plexus chakra. So possibly you said something about stress. So there's a lot of taxing going on, possibly on the adrenals. So GD, are you sleeping? Are you having a difficult time sleeping, or are you okay with the sleep? And then I'm seeing something like we're making microwave meals. And that to me is representing that we just don't have time. It feels like we just don't have enough time. So that's kind of what I'm seeing there. It doesn't necessarily mean we're eating microwave meals all the time, but it's showing me that there's a lack of time to do things that we would normally do for ourselves that would be nutritious or a better option. So that's what I'm feeling here. Possibly, it could be possibly health related, but that's what I'm feeling so far. Okay. All right, so let's do this here. Okay, just thinking chakra clearing energy, and yes, sleep about 4 to 6 hours, really tired. Okay, so the yellow, like I said, solar plexus, it feels like there's something there. It feels like there's something kind of, and I'm not saying it like, oh, there's a curse on you and only I can remove it, but me and my guides can help sort of guide that energy a little bit. Right, right. So the yellow is the solar plexus, right? And you said, okay, yeah, chakra. So if we're talking about a chakra clearing, um, if we do a chakra clearing, that would be like 5 minutes, but I would only do 2 questions if we did the chakra clearing. So we can do that. We can send some energy to your chakras, me and my guides, but I'm not going to be able to do. I was just thinking. Spelled it wrong. You're good. I think I understand what you're saying. The hell? Oh. Okay, we can do that another time. Okay. Just know if we're wanting better. Okay. That was weird. Yeah, you're spelling it right. Chakra. That looks good. Okay, I'm gonna come right back, you guys. I had an alarm go off. I have to do something. Literally, it'll take me 20 seconds. So give me one minute here. I'm coming right back. Okay. So if we're wanting to do the, if we're wanting to get some better sleep, I feel like we need to have something. Hey, Angela. We need to have something where we're focusing more on, hold on. Possibly writing things down. I appreciate you asking, Angela, because right now I've got a couple more readings to do, and so right now I'm not open, but I'll probably be on tomorrow, and so hopefully we can do that then. We can connect then. I'm sorry, Angela, I'm not going to be able to do it today, but I'm on more and more these days. So, all right. So if we had something we could do, GD, I feel like it would be important for us to write things down to express ourselves in some way. Crazy dog wakes me up every night. See, and that's not fun. That's not fun. We have a dog that it's gotten better, but I understand when you're talking. Yeah, I get it. I do understand that. So just write stuff down, express things in some way, and that can help you deal with the stress. Some creative expression that's going to help with the stress. Primarily, the spirit message that I'm getting is that you don't have to do it all yourself. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. And then I'm hearing the name. It's like Harry or Harvey, which is interesting. I don't know if that means anything, but I'm getting this feeling of like I have to do it on my own, or I have to do something in this way. And I feel like sometimes asking for help wouldn't be a bad thing, right? Sometimes venturing out and asking wouldn't be a bad thing, because it feels like if you're overwhelmed, it feels like there's ways we can prevent that, at least a little bit, a little bit. Okay. So, like that. And then I'm hearing the words to kind of go into this here. I'm hearing the word, it's like participation for some reason. Possibly working on being more present is going to help too with the stress, because when we're stressed, we're focused on the future. Usually, like we can be thinking of the past too, but generally when we're stressed, we're focusing on the future, or we're focusing on things yet to come, or we're focusing on a deadline that if we don't meet, chaos will ensue. If we can be more in the present moment, breathing exercises can help with that. I feel like that's going to be something that can help us. We need to participate in our own lives, because I feel like we're almost feeling like we're a little bit dissociated, or we're a little out of body. And to bring ourselves back into our bodies, we can focus on our physical senses, hearing, seeing, tasting, smelling, but we need to be in the present moment in order to experience these sensations and these feelings. So that would help too, to kind of ground you in that. And then you wouldn't feel as stressed. It's easier to handle things when we're not feeling like we're going to fly off into the ether, so to speak. So that is what I would say the spirit message would be. Does that help you, GD? Do you feel like that makes sense? Okay, and then okay, so should you take the vaccine booster? Let me look at that one here. Let's actually draw some cards here. I am primarily a tarot reader, so it will get better. It will get better, but let's take time to focus on being present in our own lives, and it'll get better even quicker, right? When we're eating something, when we're with someone, a lot of times, and I'm just going to say it, right? A lot of times our phones can be separators. I'm not saying that's what you're going through, but we need to be more in the physical world, and we need to focus more on that kind of connection. Because sometimes if we're not doing that, we can feel disconnected, disassociated. Okay, so my sister died of blood clot 3 weeks after she had her vaccine. Wow, I am so sorry to hear that. Was she correct me if I'm wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong, 37, 38 when this happened, or how old was she when she passed? Because I, for some reason, was hearing 37. Wow, that was in June. So that wasn't even that far, or that wasn't even that long ago. That was 5 months ago. Yeah, 5 months ago. I'm so sorry, GD, for your loss. Oh no, she was 60. Okay, see, I just want to throw my stuff out there when I get it, because you don't know. She was 60. Okay, so wow. Are you being GD? Are you being pressured into getting the vaccine, or are you able to make a decision on if it's something you want to do or not? Because I don't think it's mandatory yet, and I don't know if it will be. But let's see what the cards have to say. Okay. All right. Let's see what the cards have to say here. Should you have no idea what to do? Okay, so let's do this together. Okay, I'm going to be with you in this. Let's focus on finding a solution together and go from there. You were pro-vaccine until that happened. And what's interesting too is that so let me ask you this with your sister. Was there any other health issues or concerns that she had before she took the shot? And was it a stroke or like an aneurysm that happened with her? Sorry, I know that's a lot of questions and it may be a sensitive topic, and I'm sorry about that. Okay. I'll draw 2 cards. Okay. I'm going to draw 2 cards. One of them is going to be oh, wow. Wow. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. And that, of course, would change your perception. That would skew things. Of course, that would change your perception. Absolutely. So let's do this, GD. Let's do getting the vaccine will be card A. It'll be to the left, my left right over here. This will be card A. Not getting the vaccine will be card B. And let's see what the cards have to say. It could be genetic. It could be. Okay, absolutely. So if it affected one of you, it might affect the other one. So I can understand that. So let's look here. What will happen if GD... What will happen if GD gets the vaccine or doesn't get the vaccine? So gets the vaccine is going to be right over here. Not getting the vaccine is going to be right over here. So getting the vaccine, not getting the vaccine. All right, so getting the vaccine, I get the community card, which is good. Maybe there could be events that have happened that you couldn't go to if you don't have paperwork or you don't have something. I'm not sure. But in certain places, right, there was a lack of community because some people couldn't go to certain events if they weren't immunized or something. I had the Pfizer and she had Moderna. Okay. So maybe there was something with the Moderna shot, right? Or something with okay, that makes sense. All right, and then let's see. So this one is if you did get the COVID shot or the booster vaccine, and this other one's going to be if you don't get it. You're okay. Hey, GD, you're fine. Don't worry about that. I know what you meant. You're good. Let me move this forward a little bit. Okay. All right, so not getting it, okay? Not getting it, I get first chakra Archangel Michael, okay? What this is telling me, GD, honestly, right here, these 2 cards, both of them are positive. I don't feel there's going to be any there. You might feel sick. You might feel a little sick, or you might feel a little off getting the vaccine booster because that seems to happen to some people. But I don't think that it's going to be a bad thing for you to get it or to not get it. So if you feel like you should get it, I would say go get it. But right now, the decision is going to be either way, you're going to be fine. I don't see anything happening either way other than it's up to you to make the decision. What do you want to do? You were pro-vaccine, then this happened with your sister, and I can understand that changes things. But I feel like you would be okay. I do feel like you'd be fine. I wish I could give you more of a clear answer, but this ultimately is your choice, right? I'm not going to say, well, get it, and then give you the shot right here and then, right then, now, here and there. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. I feel like either way, either choice you make, I feel like it's going to lead to the same thing and you're going to be okay. So that's why I feel like both of these cards are coming up positive, is that it's, okay, good. I'm glad you understand that. I don't feel, and this is going to sound, maybe this sounds weird or maybe it sounds insensitive. I don't feel it's going to have as much of an effect on you. I really don't. I feel like maybe there was something, there could have been something underlying with your sister. There could have been something we don't know, right? We have no idea. That's where I'm at with anyone asking about the booster. It's your choice. And that's a good way to be. Honestly, that's a good way to be, because then you're not excluding people. You're not saying, well, you're dumb for believing this or you're dumb for believing that, because it's just something that further divides us. Your sister was sick at the time. Okay. So maybe that could have contributed. It probably did, Did she have COVID at the time? Is that the sickness you're talking about, or was it something else? She was on antibiotics. She had a tooth issue. Okay. So the antibiotics. Okay. I was thinking when you said nowadays when people say they were sick, because I had COVID, right? Nowadays when people say they're sick, that's the first thing I jump to. Probably shouldn't, but that's like the first thing. And antibiotics go in and they kill like everything in the gut, right? That's something that can be very, very harmful, So that could have been something that happened. Her gut, like microbiome or her biome in her gut, could have had something happen, and then the clot, and the stress on the body that the antibiotics would cause. That can be kind of a lot. That really can be. But again, GD, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your loss. I really am sorry about that. That's awful. But so GD, what about your third question? She was she was a respiratory therapist, and she was freaking out because they prepared for pandemics. Lottery. Okay. So specifically, GD, what are we looking for lottery wise? You want me to tell you if there's going to be any luck in the next little while, or because that question can kind of go a few different ways. Okay, let's look at that. Lottery, sure. Jackpot, why not? Okay. Let's see what we can find here. I will put out, because I don't like doing these too far in advance. Sometimes things come up. Go big or stay home. Hey, I hear you. Let's do this here. All right. So let's shuffle these cards here and see what we got. I'm going to do 4 months. I'm going to look at 4 months worth of cards here. 4 months, including this month. So it'll be November, December, January, and February. And I'm going to see if there's anything significant that's going to happen during those months. Okay. So let's look. Don't want to go too far out, because I feel like the further out we go, the more things can change to make it so that reality doesn't necessarily happen, right? That's what I'm feeling. Having a little fun. Couldn't think of another question. Hey, all right, let's look. Right? You're good, my friend. Don't worry about that. Let's see what we got here for you. All righty. Let's see what we get here for... Okay, so we're going to do... Okay. Okay, literally in the first month here, so in November, I get woman holding a coin. Maybe it's the lottery, maybe there's a scratcher or something, but I'm feeling like there could be something this month where you win a little something. I don't know if it's going to be big. I would say something is telling me anywhere from maybe, I feel like something's telling me maybe 200, maybe $200. I'm not sure. Like 30 to 200 is what I'm feeling, possibly in November. So I feel like there's going to be a win. I don't feel like it's going to be super huge, not jackpot, But there is going to be, I do feel like there's going to be a win right here. But the way we can ensure that this happens for us, you've been having dreams about numbers, you've been having these kinds of things. I want you to kind of intuit as well. You just won $42 today. Oh, well, there you go. And that says 42 right there. Isn't that funny? That's awesome. Wow, that right there, that's incredible. Sorry, I just have to say that. That's pretty cool. So that makes a ton of sense then. I'm thinking that's what we can do. So that is weird, right? That's how some of this stuff works sometimes. It's very, very kind of trippy. So Ritu Rana, hopefully I'm saying your name right. I'm not taking any more questions at this time, but when I do take questions, it's $10 a question or $25 for 3 questions. I don't do free, or 3 questions, not free questions. I don't do free questions. So just so that's out there. You're good to ask though. I mean, but yeah, just so that's out there. So I'm feeling you did win today, $42. That's weird. And maybe that card could define that, but I think there could be something else. I think there could be something else in November. Then I get the community card here, and this is in February. The community card's in February. So I would say between November and February, I feel like there might be maybe 2 or 3 wins. I don't feel like they're going to be super big or anything like that, but I think they'll be fun. It's always exciting to win something. But that's what I'm getting here. I do feel like though in December, because we literally get victory in reverse. Okay. I do feel like it's going to be more difficult to possibly win something. You're doing this for fun, right? I don't feel like anyone would depend on this for their source of income, right? Because, but I feel like this is going to be kind of a dry month for December. But then I feel like in January, because we have Archangel Michael, I did shuffle these cards. And still the same ones came out. But this one right here in January, Archangel Michael, yeah, I feel like that would be good too. I feel like, I honestly feel like November, January, February, something's going to happen, 2 to 3 winnings. And then in December, I'm feeling like it's going to be a dry spell. So that's what I'm feeling here. Hopefully that helps to answer those questions. And thank you again for coming by, GD, and seeing what's going on. I do appreciate you stopping by. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so all right, so I'm going to say this here. Lauren, you have a good evening too, GD. Good evening and a good day. That's what GD stands for, is good day. I hope. Either way, you have a good one too, my friend. Okay, so Lauren, are you there? All right, Lauren, I believe your question was moving in with, and I'm glad you're laughing, GD. I'm glad. Usually I can only make people laugh by tickling them, so this works better. So Lauren, your question was moving in with Jason, was that right? I mean, if I'm wrong, can you please write your question again so that I can understand it? Sorry again about the session ending the way it did that last time. You're in a long distance relationship. Okay, so let's look at that. So will you be moving in with Jason? Let's look at that question. Will Lauren be moving in with Jason? Hi, Raul. I don't do free questions, and I'm actually done taking questions for the night. So thank you for stopping by, though. All right. Let's see. I'm just going to do a couple more draws, a couple more shuffles. I mean. Okay, so Lauren, I'm getting these cards here. So I get Angel of Balance right here. Okay. And I'll explain each of these when I talk about them. Victory in reverse, and then contract in reverse. So when I look at this, I'm wondering if has there been any talks to move in before and they fell through, or is this the first time this is happening? Because it feels like there's some hurdles to overcome with this. I mean, the long distance is one thing, but it does feel like it feels challenging. It feels challenging in a way that, yeah, hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Did you hear me? Well, maybe you're typing right now. Okay, you were typing. Okay. Okay. Okay, so Lorna, I'm going to ask a few questions here to kind of get. How long have you known this Jason person? How long have you guys been messaging each other or been friends? Like, when did you guys first start noticing each other? You've known him for a few years. It's been romantic since July. Okay, so that's good. That's a good sign here. So you've known him for a few years. Have you met him physically? Because you say it's a long distance relationship now. Have you guys hung out physically before? Or would this be like the first time seeing them if you were to do this, like in person? Because let me see if I have the. Okay, good. Okay, so that's good. That's good that there's that. How do you feel Lauren, how would you describe this person's, let's say, temperament? How would you describe this person's attitude is in general? Are they grumpy? Are they someone that's kind of quick to anger? Or are they a patient person, warm person? I'm just looking through the cards here. Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. So that's what I'm wondering about. If he's sweet, if he's patient. Um, so those are good signs. Those are good signs to look for in a person. And it sounds like he's someone that can understand that. I would honestly say I feel like there's a connection. There's a strong connection. I got the angel of balance. But then you said something. You said you don't know if you're going to move there, if he's going to move here, or whatever's going to happen. The angel of balance coming in, and then we had contract in reverse, and then we had victory in reverse. So I feel like you guys are wanting to do something now. Something is telling me it's going to take time. I'm not feeling like it's going to be this year. Um, maybe the middle of next year, sometime in there. Something is telling me that there's going to be something blocking this connection from connecting further into a moving situation. But during that time, this is really good right now, Lauren, because you get to see a little more of how this person is. You get to see different parts of this person, hopefully, as time progresses. And if he really is this person that is kind and sweet, but he can be intense sometimes. If he really is that person, then he'll understand if it's going to take some time for things to work out. It just to me feels like something's gonna come up. You guys are okay. You guys are gonna have plans. I feel like something's gonna come up to throw those plans off a little bit, and then you get to see how he could possibly react to that. But it feels like when I see the angel of balance, that's a good connection. But being together at this point in time just feels like I'm feeling like it's 8 months away, maybe 8 to 9 months away is what I'm feeling. And hopefully that makes sense. But I'm feeling like it's just going to be a little bit of a waiting game. But you guys, during this waiting time, you guys both get to see if this is what you really want to do. So it's another way for you to sort of see what you want to do. So I don't view it as a bad thing. Just kind of we have to be patient is what I'm feeling. If something happens before then, great. But especially if you're going to move or if he's going to move, really talk things through. Really talk things through because one of you is leaving a location where you have friends, you have family, possibly. And then the other person has to do the same. So it's important that you guys feel safe and secure around each other before you plan on moving or doing anything like that, because obviously that's a big change. And hopefully where he lives, you have friends or you have people you can relate with. Primarily because either way, it's going to be one of you guys sort of giving up the comfort and security of home and trying to move into another one with another person that they deeply care about. So yeah, Lauren, does that make sense there? I don't feel like it's going to be a no. I just feel like the unforeseen roadblock is going to be, for some reason, it's just not going to work out until possibly next year. You're thinking about moving in the summer. Okay. So that makes sense. This is good. This is good. And here's something I want you to do here as well. With this person, Lauren, see what this person's like. I mean, you probably told them you're maybe thinking about moving in the summer. If that's the case and this person's willing to be patient and they're okay with that, if they feel like they're not moving you along too quickly or anything like that, the red flags to look for in a relationship is if someone's wanting to do something super, super fast, but you've known this person for a few years. So that's a good sign right there. But if they're wanting to do something super quickly with you, or they're wanting to, try to manipulate you in some way. But in this situation, it sounds like the guy's okay. Just see how he handles waiting. That's going to be the tough part, is to see how you guys can handle waiting for each other. So that's what I'm feeling. So, and moving in the summer, that definitely makes sense with what I was seeing. So next year sometime, I was thinking June would be around the time, but maybe it could be before. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really sure. But yeah, hopefully that helps answer. And I think I'm going to move on to, and feel free to say anything else if you want to say it, but I think I'm going to move on to Elizabeth. Elizabeth, are you there? You're very welcome, Lauren. Very, very welcome. All right, Elizabeth, what is your question, my friend? Are your guides and ancestors happy with the progress you've been making? Let's look here. We got the energy oracle cards. Let's see what we get. Our Elizabeth Maldonado, hopefully I'm saying that right. Let's see. Our Elizabeth Maldonado's guides happy and okay. All right. Are Elizabeth Maldonado's guides and ancestors happy with the progress that she has been making in her life lately? Oh, well, I've played a lot of Xenoblade Chronicles, so there's the Monado arts that Shulk uses. I haven't played the first game a ton. I've played it a little bit, and I've used him in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so I figured your name was similar, the Monado, Maldonado. I figured it was similar. Don't give me too much credit. I'm a nerd at heart. Okay, so let's see here. Last name, my name is Spanish. Last name means bad donation or badly donated. Funny, right? Absolutely funny, because you've always been a good donator on this channel. You've always been really good that way. That's interesting, though. Bad donate. That's an interesting last name. Well, yeah, that's it. I figured it was Spanish. I figured it was a Spanish name. Hold on. Maldonado. Okay, awesome. Let's see what we got here. So I'm going to say it one more time. Are Elizabeth Maldonado's ancestors and spirit guides happy with the progress that she's been making recently in her life? Okay, let's look. So here are the cards I get. We have the Thinking Man. Okay. We have Woman Holding a Heart in reverse. I'll read all of these to you. We have this one. We have the Broken Heart card. And then we have Second Chakra, Archangel Ariel. So in reverse. So I'll read you these as I'm seeing them. The Thinking Man, to me, what they're trying to say is that you've gone from just thinking about doing things to now actually starting to take the steps to do them. So that's a good thing. When the thinking man is in reverse, we're overthinking. We're not taking any initiative. We're not going after what we want, or we're too scared. We're overanalyzing the situation. So that's good. Woman holding a heart in reverse. Okay. And then the broken heart card. I'm going to read these two together, because this to me is saying, even though you're going through these difficult times, these difficult processes, this is part of the journey. This is part of your journey. And suffering has a way of being an amazing teacher, but in the moment, it does not feel that way, right? In the moment, it just feels like pain. But know that this is part of what you're supposed to be going through. I feel like that's what your guides want to tell you. So I feel like you're on the right path, even though at times we probably question and we're like, should it be like this? What's happening? What's going on? Should it be this way? And we all have life lessons to learn, and I feel like you are learning them, and you're doing good. And then we have second chakra, Archangel Ariel in reverse. Okay. This card here, to me, is talking about the sacral chakra. You're working on expressing yourself, your creativity, your identity. Hold on. You say you could learn to sit. Yes, I do feel that energy. There's this kind of get up and go energy, because I see you as someone, you're running, you fall down, you dust yourself off, you laugh a little bit, and then you start running again. That's kind of the energy, because when I connected with you that one time, I almost feel like it's and I don't mean this offensively, but like toddlers have a lot of energy, right? Like they have an abundant amount of energy. That's kind of the energy I got with you. It's like this very young, youthful, strong energy, where it's like you couldn't just sit down. You couldn't just like, yeah. Anyway, that's something that I'm seeing here for sure. And we also have like that, like I said, you need, in my opinion, with the way this card is here, I feel like your spirit guides are saying, I'm glad that makes you happy. I'm glad that makes you happy. The second chakra in reverse, we just need to work on ways in which we say what we mean and we mean what we say. Like with creative endeavors or with people, I feel like what you do still, but you're working on it. I feel like it's harder for you to set boundaries, but you're working on it. So to me, that would be the only area I feel like these guides are saying, keep going. It's not that you're not doing enough, because you're doing a lot, but they just want you to keep going with your effort. They don't want you to stop and think, it shouldn't be this way or whatever. I feel like the fact that when something happens in your life, you take it in stride. I think that speaks so much, and especially to them, your ancestors, your guides. I think it tells them that you're willing and you're ready to try new things, even if you might be scared. And that to me is the most important thing, because courage isn't living life with the lack of fear. It's being afraid and doing it anyway. And that's the kind of energy I feel like you're putting out there now, and possibly have been for a while, but especially more lately. It feels like things have been challenging you, and you've been pushing back and saying, I can do this. I got this. And you do. And know that when you're in those moments, where things seem difficult, and you have that spirit of inspiration come in and say, I got this, know that is your guides and your ancestors standing right there with you, side by side, and saying, we can do this together. They get to kind of live vicariously through you in a way, and also in a way you get to live vicariously through them. There's a connection there for sure. True courage is not the absence of fear, but the strength to overcome it. It is a quote I live by. Perfect. That's what I was trying to say. It wasn't nearly as eloquent, but that is exactly what I was trying to say. Yeah, because not being afraid of something and then doing it, okay, your character doesn't really build up. But being scared, having a challenge, and then accomplishing that challenge, that's where you can see your character, and that's where you can test your mettle, temper your steel, so to speak, and get stronger because of it. I'm blabbing a little bit, but without friction being applied to the coal, it doesn't become a diamond. There has to be something that makes that coal into a diamond, and it's immense amounts of pressure, and in time, something shines through from that. So that's the kind of process I feel like you're going through, a metamorphosis, if you will. So, Elizabeth, does that help answer your question? You're very, very welcome, Elizabeth. Thank you. Thank you for helping to support the channel, and I really do appreciate our talks. And you always come in here and you always help uplift the energy, and so I appreciate that as well. I'm excited to see you when you come on, because I'm like, okay, this is going to be fun. You know, it's like hanging out with a buddy. So I appreciate that. I really do. I think I'm going to head off before someone comes in here and donates another 25. You know, I appreciate all of the donations. I appreciate all of the help. But I've been on for a minute, so I think I'm going to take a break. And you guys take care. And Elizabeth, thank you again so much. And yeah, awesome. Awesome. All right. See you guys. Everyone take care. Be safe. And I'll see you guys next time. Toodaloo.